Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Everyone sing. Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hare Rama. Rama Rama. Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna One more time, one more time. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare जय जगन्नाथ जय जगन्नाथ जय बलदेव जय सुभद्रा जय जगन्नाथ जय जगन्नाथ जय बलदेव जय सुभद्रा जय लक्ष्मी नरसिंह जय लक्ष्मी नरसिंह लक्ष्मी नरसिंह जय लक्ष्मी नरसिंह जय गौरनिता जय गौरनिता गौरनिता जय गौरनिता जय राधा माधव राधा माधव राधा माधव श्री राधे जय राधा मदन मोहन राधा मदन मोहन राधा मदन मोहन श्री राधे राधा जय जय प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद प्रणाम संकीर्तन की जय प्रभुपाद की जय सामवेद गौर भक्त वृंद की जय हरे कृष्ण Hare Krishna. Thank you everyone for joining. Many of you came much earlier, created this humid condition even in winter also. Thank you. Is it hot or everyone is okay? Now we can open doors now. Thank you for joining. As the year is coming to an end, this is a very good time to reflect on 2025. So thank you for spending your time with us. If possible, all Matajis can sit on the left and all Prabhus can sit on the right. And as much as possible, if you can move forward, if you are not leaning against the wall, especially, please move forward. So we will begin with Mangalacharan prayers. Please make it begin for me, or we'll do it together. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadavahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapadakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagadaragunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijarasahitam Krishna Chaitanya Shri Radha Krishna Bala Sahagadalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tatta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद, श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरो दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्येश्वरं। हरे कृष्ण। Anytime great personalities come, we must acknowledge them by welcoming them. By good fortune, Ramrati Prabhu, they were traveling to India for 10 days. So we have new Laddu Gopalji, Jagannath Baldev Subhadra and Gaur Nitai. So we will welcome them with 3 loud Haribol. Haribol! 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 Since we have double the DTs, so today we will have double the time for the class. I'm just kidding. So some of Matajis I see you're not against the walls. If possible, please do fill up the front seats. I will ask those who are sitting in the back more questions, if it gives you some motivation. Okay, I hope you got your pens and journals or books. We thought we'll speak something in connection to New Year, as the year 2025 is ending. So please, if you have your books, if not, we are sponsoring some papers. You're welcome to use your phone also, but I think physical would be better. There are some books in the back, you can use them as pad, and Shyam Kumari I'm sure can sponsor some pens or pencils. So it's good if you're able to write than physically typing on your phone. So if you have a book, that's even better. So we're going to start off with the activity. I would like you to write down 2 things. One is, by the way, whatever you write is for your own consumption. Only if you feel inspired, you're welcome to share. So others, no peeking into neighbors. So please, we'll take 2 minutes to write your current daily schedule. When do you wake up? What do you do in the morning? What time do you start work or whatever you do? What time you eat lunch? Maybe if you take rest, or what time you come home, eat dinner, what time you spend on Facebook, wherever. It's a reflection. Again, this will become handy when you plan, hopefully. So, just 2 minutes. You can write maybe time on your left side and then what activity do you do. If anyone needs pen, I think pens. Okay, already 1 minute is over, by the way. Manju, do you need a pen?
I will take after you.
But there are more pens.
Alright, I give you one.
Shyamukumari, if we have more pens, I see people. Oh, she's getting. Those who don't have papers, do we need more papers? Extra, I think Madhavi Mataji doesn't have a paper. If you have a book, you're welcome to use that also. But how does your current daily schedule look like? We're going to spend 1 more minute. Just quickly write what time you wake up, when do you take bath, what time do you eat breakfast, office, lunch, come home. Thirty more seconds. All right. Still writing? Okay. Now you can get started with the next item on the list. So this you can probably maybe write maybe at least 5-10 sentences. So a reflection on 2025, your own 2025. What are some of the things that happened in 2025? What changes did you see? What changes were you successful in implementing? What changes you weren't so successful in implementing? What good has happened? What challenging situations came across? How did you respond? How do you feel overall about 2025? Do you feel satisfied, dissatisfied, somewhere in the middle? Just a reflection on 2025. How was your 2025? Honey, are you not writing? Are you not joining your class?
I'm waiting for the class. If you have pen, I can write to learn. I don't have a pen.
There are pencils or pens. Adi, can you see where there are more pencils or pens?
Yeah.
Oh, there are. Okay.
If anybody needs paper, it's in
Does anyone need a pen?
Or do you want
Maybe you can give it to in the back. Madhavilata Mataji. So Madhavilata Mataji, you are writing reflection on your 2025. How do you feel when you look back at your 2025? Are you satisfied, dissatisfied? What aspects were you satisfied with? What good things came your way? What challenging things came your way? Okay, we'll give maybe 2 more minutes. You can. One of the things that is helpful is just write whatever comes to your mind. No need to filter it out. This is not for anybody's consumption, so it's only for your own reflection. So, whatever thoughts come your way. Okay, 1 more minute. Write at least 5 sentences. You're welcome to write more. if any of you feel inspired, you are welcome to share any of the things you are writing. Maybe Prabhu may need one book. I don't know. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. How do you feel? You feel satisfied, dissatisfied, somewhere in the middle, satisfied? Okay, everyone give satisfied with 2025, okay, not so good. Please, everyone show, it's okay. You would like to. Okay, some of you, okay, I'll join you. I also feel like this, okay. Mataji, you don't have any satisfaction? Okay. You're also like this, okay. Okay, so if any of you would like to share and reflect some of your things that happened in 2025, we will open the floor for sharing. Because sharing is caring. They teach in the preschool. We forget later on. Anyone would like to share your thoughts on your 2025?
I'm just blown away.
We'll give you a mic. Wherever that second mic is.
I just can't realize like how fast 2025 went by. Like 2025 was just, it just feels like it was yesterday when the new year happened already. And we got like nothing done. And it like feels like how fast 2025 went by. It was not that slow compared to other years where it's just like, oh my god, when is this year over? Like even school, it was just like it flew by. Same with our India trip when we went to India. Like everything happened so quick. I can like remember everything like it would happen yesterday.
Yes, very nice. Thank you for sharing. Hello. Okay, Sandhya Mataji. Can we get the mic to Sandhya Mataji?
So 2025 has given so many good things, and I received so much love from family and friends. And one more good thing is my daughter graduated from high school and we were very happy. She started going to UC Berkeley. And one more good thing, we started reading the Bhagavatam. I know it would never happen otherwise. And it also 2025 also reminded me that my health is important and it's time to focus on my health and diet. That's all.
Okay, anyone else? Come on, sharing is caring. Okay, Deepti ji.
In 2025, my husband and I, we traveled to Mount Kailash and met amazing people during our journey. So it was a really very rewarding experience. Met amazing friends, and the whole experience of doing the parikrama was amazing. So it was very grateful here.
Any more? Okay.
So in 2025, I came in the US for the first time after our wedding, and I started my college, Masters in Information System, and also like we went to ISKCON, and from Sundaranand Prabhu, we got to know about the Gita classes. So yeah, we are coming to the Gita classes and become more spiritual than before. And yeah, one of the great experience we had during the spiritual retreat, that I never experienced, and we had a great time. So, yeah.
Wonderful, amazing. Thank you. Any more? Okay.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
2025, I think it was mix of both ups and downs, but it was in Jan of 2025 that I stopped onion and garlic and I was able to continue, so I'm happy about that. And we also got opportunity and by God's grace to visit Vrindavan, and that was very memorable experience that I didn't think it will feel that way, but yeah, it was really nice 1 week that we spent there, so that was one of the highlights of 2025. And also I would say that I think both in person, like in your class and online, got lot of sadhu sangha, if I can use that term, a lot of guidance and knowledge and bhakti as such. But it started off at a very high note, but I think it went through its own ups and downs with work and everything else in between. But I'm glad that again, even before 2025 ended, I was able to get back to what I wanted to. So yeah, thank you.
Feels like everybody had a very successful 2025. We would like to hear some sad stories also. So please feel free to share. Because again, when we share, the joy increases, burden reduces. So yes.
Hare Krishna. So in 2025, I realized that there are many bad things that can happen, and like for example, controlling kids. There may be challenging times sometimes. So I realized that it's always we can take shelter of our gurus. Just like Visham Prabhu, to guide the families, how to grow their children and properly without any anger issues or anything like that. So I can always reach gurus related to that stuff. And thank you for helping me out in guiding me. My brother is facing some issues, like he has a naughty kid, always jumping here and there, not listening. So I have just forwarded everything there. So I feel like I can always come to you and ask any kind of questions and take guidance and help others also in that way. So this is the one. And the down part is like I always wanted to get up at 5 o'clock Brahma Murta and do chanting for myself, but I never did that. Only it's often like maybe 5 or 6 days I did challenging myself. I feel like okay, my brain says okay, it's time to sleep, come on, sleep, it's okay. Yeah, it says, but I still okay, come on, get up, it's time to do japa kind of thing. Yeah, so still I have to wake up early. I should try to learn that, and I should keep my brain in my capture, not
Other way around.
Yeah, not the other way around.
Thank you for sharing. Haribo. Any other reflections? How many of you feel you could have done better in 2025? Only a little better. People who are thinking only a little better. Okay, so we will reflecting back on what happened in our life is usually a good indication of, it's very helpful as we start our new year journey. So we can make some corrections, adjustments, because as Abhi was mentioning, life flies by so quickly. Year 2025, when you look back and think, what did all I do? What did I improve at? You may not have as much as you wanted, but reflecting on our own journey is usually very painful, because you have to face the demons of laziness, lust, anger, greed. How much progress did I make? Health, physical exercise, emotionally with family, how connected am I? how satisfied am I? So these are all very painful areas to explore. So thank you for doing with me. So today our goal is, it's going to be an uneasy experience, but we will try to make it as exciting as possible. So this is what I plan to cover. Oh, when did that go? It never came all along. Okay, so this is what we plan to do over the next 1 hour 20 minutes. Some of you may have heard about the 4 quadrants of time management. So we'll do a quick refresher. We also did, once if you remember, busy versus productive. We'll do that. And this is very essential. The 4 human needs, PQ, IQ, EQ, SQ. We'll see what those are, and maybe some discussion on some of the habits that we can all think about cultivating in 2026. And then we will also have one writing exercise of goal setting. Does this sound okay? Please say Haribol loudly. Haribol! Haribol! There is a very beautiful verse from Srimad Bhagavatam which mentions about how the rising and setting of the sun takes away life from everybody except for those who spend and utilize the time in becoming spiritual, in essence. But of course, this specifically says discussing the topics of the all good personality of Godhead. So every day, every moment we spend for spiritual progress is basically you don't lose that day. So something to remember as we go ahead. And of course, Krishna mentions Aham Kalusmi, time I am. So many a time we think time management, which means we really want to manage Krishna, which is not possible. You'll notice that time management is a myth. What you can really manage is your priorities, as you will see. Because all of us have 24 hours only. Just because we attend some time management seminar, magically another 12 hours don't appear. Okay, I know all of you are experts at this, so we'll be very quick. Maybe we'll give a chance for new people. Who have seen this 4 quadrants of time management? Or, okay, who has seen? Please raise fully, I cannot see. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. You didn't see? 4, 5.
Somewhat.
Somewhat, okay.
I know what it is, but I
Okay, then
haven't
most of you are masters. So those who haven't seen, we will give them a chance. Please list some activities that we do that are, so these are 4 quadrants, as you can see. Urgent things are on this side, not urgent things are on that side. Important things are on this row, not important things on second row. So now, what activities do you think lie in the important and urgent? Okay, please shout out some. And
school work, office work.
School work, something at least that has a deadline.
Office work.
Office work, especially delivery time.
Yeah.
Eating food. Yeah, if you are extremely hungry, then yes.
Preparing food.
Medical emergencies. If somebody is getting pain in around this area, then you must run to hospital. No time for contemplating. Okay, what else? Spirituality, important and urgent also. I'm glad you feel that way. Most of us don't feel like that though. What else?
Exercise.
Exercise is here, important and urgent. Important. But urgent? Okay, we got our second item in the not urgent category. At least that's what we feel. Exercising is not urgent. Spirituality also not urgent. Tomorrow if you don't chant 16 rounds, you don't feel, it's okay, life chalta hai. So, but tomorrow you don't eat, then life chalta hai. Tomorrow you don't deliver on your deliverables at office, no good. Anything else? Usually crisis, relationship crisis, emotional, physical crisis, health crisis, all of them reside in quadrant 1. They call breakdown maintenance. Heater stopped working, for example. Winter in California, urgent and important. What are some of the things in not urgent but important? We got spirituality, exercise, okay, what else? Those of you who attended also can share.
Preparing anything ahead, which is going to be looking further down the line, but which is important.
Planning and preparation for something important in future.
Yeah,
Very nice. What else?
Preventive health measures.
Very nice. Preventive health measures. What else? Nothing else? Some kind of entertainment. Okay. Right only. But people may misunderstand that word. So we'll clarify later. But yes. Recreation. That is a better word to use. Sattvic recreation. Yes. Anything else? Office work also decides that. No, it does. Anything else? How about self-development? How about service? You'll notice that actually this quadrant has, in fact, everything in quadrant 2 is very important. Relationship building is also here. Preventive health crisis and preventive relationship crisis also. How about quadrant 3? Not urgent. Sorry, urgent but not important. Phone calls.
Paying bills on time.
Paying bills on time.
Not important.
I hope it is important, but here are some.
Like,
I think Abhishek was mentioning phone calls. Sometimes very long phone calls. Back home. What did we achieve? Nothing much, just chit-chatting. How about quadrant 4? I bet many of us are masters at quadrant 4. I'm sure if we can spend the rest of the evening filling up this. But okay, we'll take few. Not urgent, not important. Social media, browsing, gossiping. What's that? Netflix.
games.
Matajis are not speaking only.
Video games. Video games.
Video games. Anything else?
I wish cooking was in there, but not. Important.
Not urgent, not important. Okay, what else?
Going out with your friends.
Shopping.
Yeah, especially shopping without actual purpose, without need. Window shopping. Okay, I think we got the gist of. It's very interesting how these quadrants have very particular characters. So these two quadrants, very clear. Quadrant urgent and important. This is the quadrant of action. We must do now. But this is the quadrant, those who spend most of their time in this quadrant, their life becomes stressful. Because most of the activities that we do here are not really fulfilling type of activities. These are activities that you must do, and if you don't do, then things will break. Because they are urgent also, it's not that you can do tomorrow or day after tomorrow. And quadrant 2, on the other hand, it is the quadrant of quality. This is the quadrant which requires discipline. commitment, dedication. Because this quadrant, you don't have to do it today. Children, for example, they're not screaming, Mama, I want rice, I want puwa. Then you're thinking, oh God, let me serve them food. So those type of activities fall under this category. Nobody is screaming at us. Your tummy is not saying, hey, you have become a family pack, when will you make me 6-pack? So nobody is really pushing us for quadrant 2 activities, which is why you require discipline. But this is the quadrant of fulfillment. All the activities of quadrant 2, if you're looking for fulfillment in life, if you're looking for satisfaction in life, if you want to have 2026 more satisfaction in 2026, which quadrant should we spend our time on? 2. Of course, quadrant 3 and 4, this is where busy work resides. I have a quote later on that says, many people do busy work just so that they feel I'm doing something to avoid doing important work. Important work that's actually difficult to do, requires self-control, requires coordination with others. Many times, quadrant 2 activities, we have time, but we don't want to do quadrant 2 activities like exercising, talking to our children, spouse. So then we feel, okay, let me do some other busy work that keeps me busy. Prakash ji was mentioning last time, if you don't have good quadrant 2 activities, then you'll be busy doing somebody else's quadrant 2 activities. So you'll just be busy. In quadrant 4, this is the quadrant of dissatisfaction. The more time we spend in quadrant 4, the more we feel dissatisfied. The more time we spend in quadrant 1, we feel stressed. Usually what happens is we are stressed and then we jump to quadrant 4. Let me open Facebook, Netflix, YouTube Shorts. My brain is fried. Let me cool it down, we think. So with distraction for some time, do you think the problem that existed in the first place goes away? Many times you're working on some problem, you're unable to solve it. You're thinking, oh God, delivery is at the end of the day. Thinking, Hashem, your mind very intelligently proposes, hey, why are you stressing out? Take a short break. Check what is the latest on Instagram, Snapchat, latest movies, some gossip you read. Then you will be freshened up. Then you can come back and do your work. You're like, good idea. Anyway, I'm not getting much done here. So you go there. Then you start checking. 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. And then suddenly you realize, I was supposed to take only 5 minutes break. 3 hours gone. So this is the quadrant of dissatisfaction. If you feel stressed, please note that you're living mostly in quadrant 1. Dissatisfaction. Usually these two come together. So what does this picture mean to you? 10 points for those who can answer. Okay, Abhi and Ani.
We have to spend most of our time in there and put these aside, or like don't stress about it that much, or don't think about it that much.
Okay, very nice.
It's better if you prioritize the important and not urgent stuff, which is fulfillment instead of the other ones.
Okay, close. Okay.
It shows like where you should be spending more time on, like more time on the red place and less time in the other place.
Close. Half marks for Mataji.
If you plan in quadrant 2, then these things will be minimized.
Haribo, that's a complete answer. Haribo. So the more time you spend in quadrant 2, quadrant 1 activities will reduce. If you do regular exercises, Do you think you'll have as many health emergencies? If we spend quality time in relationship building, do we think we have relationship breakdowns? If we have done our office work well ahead of time, not the day before or on the day, do you think we will be rushing on the last day? Same thing in our life also. If we have spent all our life practicing spirituality, on the last few years of our life, we won't be rushing, thinking, oh God, my life is wasted, what can I do? So yes, more time we spend in quadrant 2. So the effective time management lies in spending time on quadrant 2 activities, and by doing so, naturally the other quadrants will actually reduce. The need, for example, the more time you spend there, the more fulfillment you feel. Do you think the need for Facebook, Netflix, all of that exists? Movies, gossip, yes or no? No? Yes? I don't feel you are convinced. Only 2-3 people are convinced. Please, do you think if we spend a quality time in quadrant 2, you feel satisfied? Do you think we need quadrant 4 Facebook? No, okay. 60-70% agrees. Thank you. Okay. Prashant, you like this? Last time we put this. Prashant, can you please read? Can you get your mic?
Become more. We think to achieve more, we need to do more. But in reality, to achieve more, we need to become more. When you become more, you achieve more by doing less.
Did you understand this? So in order to achieve more, you don't need to do more, but you need to become more, meaning you need to become a better person. The quality of your interactions will get better. The quality of your thoughts will get better. The quality of interactions become better. Okay, here is another fun one. Ani, can you please read?
So one person says the round wheels are more efficient, and then the other person is just dragging it on the ground, and they're saying, no thanks, we're really busy right now, no time. We've got to move really fast, and they're using square wheels, which we all know that it's harder to move, and round wheels move it easier. So they're not paying attention to the long term, but they just don't care and want to move it as fast as they want. And if they add the wheels and wait for some time, they can go for as long as they want, easier.
Very nice, beautiful reflection. Thank you for sharing. Haribo.
I think what they were doing was they just didn't want to waste any time putting on the round wheels, thinking that, as we were saying, quadrant 1, important but urgent. Moving it is urgent, but they don't want to waste any time. But when they spend a bit more time in the important but not urgent things like this, which they should be doing, and putting on the round wheels because it's more efficient. So they don't want to waste any time, and they're thinking about what to do now instead of what will happen further in time.
Are you guys able to see? Maybe you can move here if you like. Thank you. Very beautiful point. Good connection to quadrant 2. Sahasra, would you like to read this?
Staying busy is laziness because you stay busy to avoid something you don't want to face.
Staying busy is laziness, it says. When I read this quote, wow, very nice. Staying busy is laziness. It's one form of laziness. You're so busy that you don't have time to do important things in life. Actually, meaningful, fulfilling things in life. Akshara, maybe you can read this.
You wouldn't let this happen to your phone. Don't let this happen to you either. Self-care is a priority, not a luxury.
Mm-hmm. Self-care is a priority. Self-care is quadrant 2 activity. Don't spend so much time in quadrant 1 and 4 and drain your battery and live a life of dissatisfaction and stress. But instead, come to quadrant 2 and charge yourself. That's what we are trying to say. So, self-care is not a luxury, it's a priority. Quickly, we will, Abhi and Annie will act as busy people, productive people. Okay, Abhi will be the busy person, Annie will be productive person. Okay, please read.
So what am I supposed to do? Read.
So you say, busy people prioritize shallow tasks, and he's going to read productive people prioritize most. And then
Busy people.
you can leave it on.
Busy people prioritize shallow tasks, while productive people prioritize most important tasks. They give away attention to anything, but productive people reserve attention for more important things. We attempt to multitask, but productive people focus on a single task. Continuously do shallow tasks, bad shallow tasks. Have lots of good projects. Productive people have few exceptional projects, and they say yes by default, and productive people say no by default.
Thank you. Interestingly, quadrant 2 is the place where there is something called Maslow's hierarchy. I am doing a simplification of that, which is a pyramid on which the physical coefficient or the PQ, the needs for the body, physical needs, they are the fundamental needs, safety, having a shelter, having food, all of this. But once those are met, living entities, human beings in particular, we look for something more. As soon as the needs are met, then we look for what is called as IQ. We need our intelligence to be challenged. We need to learn more. Otherwise, we will feel that life is not very satisfying. So once the physical needs are met, then the intellectual or the intellectual coefficient need to be satisfied. Once that is satisfied, the EQ or the emotional coefficient. These are, you can say, 4 different types of intelligences, or the other way to put it as Maslow's hierarchy. But these are the 4 components that you would want to have a complete personality and complete success in all of it. And the SQ is the spiritual coefficient. Hare Krishna. Okay. So, interestingly, all these 4, these are the mainstay of quadrant 2 activities. All of them, if you think about it, physical exercise, reading, updating yourself, self-development, that is intellectual coefficient, relationship management is emotional coefficient, and spirituality, spiritual coefficient resides, all of them resides in quadrant 2. So if all the fulfillment comes from quadrant 2, somehow, unfortunately, we spend all our time somewhere else. So for physical coefficient, what do you think we can do? Exercise. So in 2026, we can all, if any of you are interested, we can have some sort of informal group among ourselves, because in order to exercise, you need accountability partners. Usually that works best. That's why friends signing up to gym together usually works better than individually signing up and going to gym. It will go for some time, after that it will stop. So if any of you are interested, please come together, plan, organize your life in such a way that together we are able to attend some classes. Some of you I know are good yoga teachers, so maybe we can have some online session where all of us join, do every day maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes, evening, morning. So please think about how we can do as a group, because when we rise by lifting others. So when we try to help others, it benefits us as well. So there are many ways to do it also. Many times when people say, oh, I don't have time for exercise. That's what I used to think. So then I started doing this 7-minute exercise app. 7 minutes only. 7 minutes is very much doable. So just 7 minutes, open the app, just stretches, nothing. And then after 7 minutes, you feel actually, wow, this is good. Because tension builds up in the body, toxins build up in the body. Just by stretching for 2-3 minutes, you feel, yes, I am alive, I am healthy, happy. Just by doing exercises, simple exercises, nothing. Many times when I go for my annual checkup, the doctor asks, how many hours do you exercise? I tell him, 35 minutes in a week. Of course, he gives, no, that's not enough. He says 2 hours, 3 hours. I said, please pray, one day I can get there. But at least this is the least we can do. And I feel, hit high intensity interval training. If you do, I think this is very good to begin with at least. Have accountable partners. Drink a lot of water, good diet, and sleep a lot. These are very essential for our physical quotient. If we want to be physically fit, if we can take care of these, I think you will feel, just by doing this physically, you will feel very energetic. It's quite interesting. Those who exercise, they feel more energetic than those who don't. I mean, we should have spent energy, so we should have less energy to spend. But interestingly, that's not the case. Good diet. Why good diet? Because you are what you eat. If you eat sattvic food, then you will feel in Sattva Guna. Sattva Guna, there is creativity, joy, happiness, fulfillment, all of that is in Sattva Guna. You are able to speak in Sattva Guna. Whereas we eat Tamogun, Rajogun food, then that is what we will be. Lazy or crazy. So, here is a joke. Shriyan will recognize this joke. My favorite exercise is a cross between a lunge and a crunch. You know what lunge is?
Yeah.
This one. You know what crunch is? Crunches are with the tummy, they do like this. Not like this, but little more bigger movement. Do you know what is the cross between lunge and crunch? They do neither lunge or crunch. They directly go for the lunge. Okay, so that's PQ. But EQ, if you want to have good emotional well-being in your life, here are the 4 things you can do. Number 1 is attention. We'll hear from His Grace Vaisheshika Prabhu what it is.
One day I was having a really nice conversation with my friend KB. And then all of a sudden, he looked at his wristwatch. And I thought, oh, he's in a hurry. So I said, KB, you have somewhere else to go? And he said, no, I was just looking at my watch. I didn't mean anything by it. But later I thought how tiny diversions of attention have a big impact. And then I started to consider how many inattention habits have I developed over time. A few months later, I was at a conference, and I was sitting by myself, just collecting my thoughts, having a little peace. And then a colleague came over, very enthusiastically, wanting to tell me all his realizations from the conference. I really wasn't in the mood, but then I remembered the power of attention and its consequences. So instead of just giving him half attention, I decided to try it out and turn my chair and face him directly to give him my full attention. What an effect. He was noticeably happy and surprised, and he said, "I'm so grateful." And I thought, grateful for what? It was just my attention. He had some good things to tell me, but my lasting impression was that this person became my friend and remained so just because I had given him my full attention. The effects of giving someone one's full attention is measurable and amazing. The lesson? People respond to the quality of attention we give them. Half-hearted attention says, "I don't really care about you." Purposeful, undivided attention says, "I really care for you." The quality of attention we give to people is as important as sunshine is to plants. As conscious beings, we have a choice about where and to whom we give our attention. Considering this, it's reasonable to say that the greatest gift, or the only gift we have to offer others, is our attention. Whether it's a friend, a co-worker, a spouse, a child, or anyone else, the quality of attention we're willing to invest in them determines the overall health of our relationship. Experiment with giving someone your full, undivided attention and see what happens. The effect will surprise you. To improve the quality of your relationships, look to the quality of the attention that you're giving them. It's one of the simplest things in the world, but it is the one ingredient that makes healthy relationships possible. Have you ever experimented with it?
So this is the secret to quality relationships. Vaishesha Prabhu says, where attention goes, energy flows. So when we give full attention, Vaishesha Maharaj was mentioning, if you give half-hearted attention, you're neither there nor here. So we think multitasking is, oh, I did a lot. No, we are neither successful with that nor with this. So first formula for emotional stability in your life is attention. Whatever you do, mean it, purposeful attention. So either whether it is to our spouses, children, to work even. When we give full attention, you notice actually, you will get more done because of the quality of attention. In fact, last week, Shamru Prabhu was mentioning, he was asking, God gave us everything. The earth, the water, everything that we have. So when we offer to God some bhoga, for example, what are we offering Him anyway? We are not offering. I mean, none of this belongs to us. What is it that is ours that we can offer to God? Only attention. Vaishesha Prabhu was mentioning in the video. In fact, the only thing we have is only attention. Nothing else. Nothing else is ours. So, because intelligence also comes from God. So, the only thing we can give to anyone in this world or to Krishna is our attention. So, second thing is gratitude. This is a very powerful quote. I always remember this. Whenever I feel dissatisfaction in life, I immediately remember this. It's not that happy people are grateful. It's not those who are happy. Oh, because they're happy, they are grateful. No, that's not true. It's actually the grateful people who are happy. So, happiness is a byproduct of practicing gratitude. And gratitude is not a result also. It's not that, oh, they have done so much for me, so I'll be grateful to them. No. You be grateful for whatever they have done or not done. Sometimes, of course, as we reflect on 2025, for example, we are thinking, we got this, I achieved this, my children got this, I'm very grateful. Actually, we must be grateful for what we did not get also. And this is a higher level of gratitude we will eventually experience. The challenges we faced, I am grateful for the challenges and the difficulties that Krishna has given me. So, but of course, let us first practice the basic gratitude. None of us express our gratitude enough for the good that comes our way. Many a times, anything good happens, we think, my hard work. Look at me, yes. Me, I only did the planning. I only found the perfect time to buy house. I only bought the car. I know I did all the math properly. So anything good, we think, Anything bad happens, we're looking for people to somebody, anybody we can find, we blame. Nobody to find, nobody to blame, then we blame God. What is this? So if you want to be happy, emotionally fulfilled life, then practice gratitude. I mean, there are so many things about every day, at the end of the day, do writing gratitude journal and things like that. I personally myself don't put it on paper, but it's always a good idea to reflect back on what good has happened to us. Of course, ultimately Krishna does everything, but through various mediums, and we can be grateful to those mediums also. Oh, this person has said something like this and that inspired me. This someone, just by their inspiring example, has motivated me. So we can go and express to them and say, Prabhu or Mataji, I really like how you spoke or how you speak. So that inspires me. I like how you make this curry. It's always very satisfying when I take this. Or whatever good you find in others that helps you, benefits you. Because what you appreciate in others appreciates in you. So there's a different, appreciate meaning it's a verb. Appreciates in you meaning it increases in you. Whatever you appreciate in others appreciates in you. So anything you want to get good at, go tell people, oh, I like how you maintain yourself, good, healthy exercise. I like how you're always smiling. So these are some of the qualities that we can develop. Just by doing these simple activities, you will notice you're becoming more happy, peaceful in life. No extra work needed. You're not giving up your bad habits, nor are you building good habits, which we must do. But by these simple activities with your spouses, children, friends, family, you'll notice just by becoming grateful, you become happy. Here is the third thing. Gratitude is not possible without forgiving. It is mentioned, God gives and forgives. But people get and forget. So we must learn to forgive others, not because that they deserve or they have rectified their mistakes. We are not forgiving for their sake, we are forgiving for our benefit. Because holding on to anger is like holding hot coal, you know, I mean, I don't know, no longer, but let's say something burning in your hand with an intention to throw it at somebody. You are the person who will get burned first. So any bad intention we may have in our heart, we may want to reflect. Oh God, I am holding on to coal, burning coal. I am getting burned in the process. Let me, we want to do something for them. Oh, I want to say this, drag them down because they said something to me like this. These are all for the small minds. We want to be bigger than that. So by forgiving others, you will notice you will become more happy. That is the third one. And the final one, contribute. It's quite interesting. People think that by getting I become more happy. Once Bill Gates, before he became very successful, he was still building his company, Microsoft. So he was, I think maybe it's in San Francisco. He was traveling by flight to somewhere. So he went to a store, and in the store he wanted to get a newspaper. So he got the newspaper. He went to the person who is the salesperson or the lender who owns that shop, and he said $1. And Bill Gates checked his purse. He didn't have any cash. He said, I'm really sorry, I don't have any cash. The salesperson said, no problem. You take it. No problem. And Bill Gates took. Couple of months later, Bill Gates again happened to be in the same airport, flying out. So again he came to the same store, and again he wanted to get a newspaper. And as he came to the cashier, again he checked and he realized, oh, I don't have any cash. He said, I don't have any cash, I forgot again, I'm really sorry. The person said, no problem, you take it. Many years later, after Bill Gates became very successful made billions of dollars, again happened to be flying out from the same airport. So he went to the same store, and as he got the newspaper and as he was about to pay, he recognized this salesperson. He said, "Hey, you're that person who gave me newspapers previous couple of times, many years ago. Do you remember me?" He said, "Of course I know. You're Bill Gates." And Bill Gates said, "Thank you so much for giving those. As an expression of gratitude, I want to give some wealth to you." The salesperson said, "I don't need, because I'm already wealthy." Bill Gates said, "No, how?" The salesperson said, "See, you waited to become wealthy before starting to give. I didn't wait to become wealthy to give, because I gave even before I got. I am already much more wealthy than you." So we usually think, in order to give, I must first have it. Spiritual mathematics is, by giving we get. Many times people, for giving donation, they think like, if I get $1 million, I will give $100,000. Some pious people who understand little bit of spirituality, they are thinking, if I give $100 or $1,000 as donation, I heard Punya will come back 100 times. I will get maybe $100,000. So many people do this calculation. So this is all on the material plane. But the lesson is, I have noticed this. Many people in their maybe youth, they thought, I'm going to do something good for society. I'm going to do that, do this. I've noticed with time, they think, okay, I must first earn a lot, then I will start giving. I've noticed many people, they have a lot, but they think I don't have enough to give. Because this is an attitude that we must cultivate from very early. Start giving, then you will get the necessary stuff to give more. So contribute, because this will give you mental peace. If you are looking for satisfaction, give. It's counterintuitive, but contribute. These are the 4 things that we can do for EQ. We covered so far, what did we cover? Physical, do some exercises, do it together, organize your life better. Emotional, these 4 things. Spiritual, many people say for chanting or services, so no time. I don't have time. Do you think that's true? How many of you think for spiritual activities, I don't have time? Thank you for honestly raising. Anybody else who thinks like that? I don't have time to read more, read Bhagavad Gita or watch classes outside this. I don't have time to chant. Anybody? Okay, 1, 2, 3 people think, 4, 5 people, 6 people think like that. 7 people, 8. Anybody else? It is mentioned it's not that we don't have time, but we don't have taste. What we don't have really, we don't have time, but our children come and say, Mama, can you give this? And say, oh, just chumpy cheeks, very nice. So what we lack is taste, because we feel rasa in raising children. We feel rasa in Netflix. That adventure series is very nice. We get rasa, some taste from other activities. From spiritual activities, it feels little dry. Chanting, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Prabhupada, very famous. Prabhupada would say, chant, chant, chant. And modern man would say, can't. So what we lack is not time, but taste. So once we understand this, then we'll say, all right, Krishna, please give me taste. So then I can give some time for Krishna. And in order to get taste is not easy. It's not that Krishna will give taste. Please come. No, he doesn't want to give taste actually. Only for those who are well qualified, he wants to give taste. So we have to prioritize spiritual activities in our life. The best way to do it, even though I'm not so consistently successful, is morning spiritual practice. If you are able to somehow or the other do your foundational spiritual activities in the morning, Prabhupada would say, I finished my chanting. Now I can do whatever damn thing under the sun I like. Indicating that I will be protected, because if I have given a couple of hours of my time for spiritual activities, we will be protected by Krishna. Reading and hearing. Regularly reading. If we alone are unable to read, which is a very common thing, I was never able to read alone. So then voluntarily we formed a group, and then we started reading together. And now we have Venuji, Prashantji, many of you are joining in the morning call. I think 6:45 to 7:15. So they're very nice discussions. I join in once in a while, secretly hear what they are discussing. So if any of you are unable to read on your own, I recommend that you either among yourself, if you're able to form another group, please feel free to. If not, there is already well-established forum here, so you can read. And hearing. I noticed many people complain about driving. For me, driving is one of the most blissful time. There's no other distraction. In the Bay Area, driving is one of the most simplest thing you can do. You're stuck in your lane anyway. You cannot influence the traffic. So you're just literally holding the wheel, not really doing anything. It's the best time to hear. For me, earlier, now it only takes 25 minutes. Earlier we used to live further away, so it used to take 45 minutes for me. Bhagavatam classes in ISKCON are usually 1.5 hours. So morning I start, 45 minutes, halfway done, while coming back remaining 45 minutes, finished. One Bhagavatam class in 1 day drive. Before COVID days, I enjoyed my 5 days of going to office so nicely. Now I miss going to office because of the hearing that I do because in the car, no spouse to disturb, no kids to disturb, no boss also hopefully, no meetings to attend. I purposefully used to attend meetings before or after, but during the drive, only hearing. So if not possible during driving, you can find some other time. You can start small, maybe 15 minutes every day you can hear. Make notes if possible, share it with others. It's a very good habit. Be a sage page by page. Before you age, escape the cage. So there is if you search on Google, be a sage page by page, there is a very nice table. I don't know if I have it here. It shows if you read 8 pages, or let's say you read 3 pages in a day, you will be able to finish Bhagavad Gita in 2 or 3 years. So we can have some plan like that and try to execute it. What else can we do? Set up an altar at home. Clean it up. Have just few deities and the Guru Parampara. Then you can try doing Kirtan at home. Together as a family. Very good activity. And finally, we mentioned earlier contribution and time for service. Physical also. Not just financial, intellectual, but even physical. Because when we give, we feel deeper satisfaction in the heart. And because sometimes by higher engagement, 2.59, anybody remembers this verse? Parandrishtva nivartate. We memorized. It starts with Vishaya. Okay, we'll give mic to those. Anybody is able to remember?
What is the first line?
Vishaya vinivartante.
Vishaya vinivartante niraharasya dehinah rasavarcham rasopasya
Parandrishtva
nivartate.
Haribo! Which means you cannot give up lower taste unless you taste something higher. Unless you get the taste of service, you cannot give up Netflix. Period. You may try 1,000 things, they will all work temporarily, but you will fall back to those bad habits again. Any bad habit you take in this world, you cannot give up. Even cigarette smoking, it is mentioned, even alcohol, they have a 12-step de-addiction program. Do you know what the 12th step is? The 12th step is you need to help somebody else quit it. So now you yourself become a mentor and help somebody else quit it. Only then, if you do 11 and stop, it is guaranteed you will fall back to that bad habit again. So spiritual service is like that. By helping others come out of their lower nature, your lower natures will be cured. So those are some spiritual. Very quickly, here are some habits that you can think. I'm not going to spend time. Start early. Benjamin Franklin, I think, he said, early to bed, early to rise, makes a man healthy, wealthy and wise. Simple. In my life, I always try for only one thing. Wake up early in the morning. In fact, I don't even try to wake up early in the morning. I try to sleep early at night. That's it. I'm always thinking, okay, things are not going well. I'm not very satisfied. What should I do? Try to sleep early. That's all. My only one-pointed agenda in my life usually. And that's what I'm trying. So, try to become more productive in your day. Try to define top 3s of your day. Manju Mataji liked this point last time. So top 3. I'm sure we can all come back. As I mentioned, success is not in giving up. Success is in continuing to try. We may last year 2024 end also we thought, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And maybe we did it in January, February and then fell off. No problem. This time when we try, we'll probably stick around till March and fall off. No problem. So just by trying and trying and trying, I'm sure eventually we'll see success. They say eat the frog. First time I read that, eat the frog. Meaning the most challenging, difficult thing that you don't like to do, that is the first thing to do in the day. Be more organized. Your family needs you to be more organized. The world needs you to be more organized. We need one of the memorization verses, Yad Yad Acharati Shreshtas. Who can quote? Okay.
Yad Yad Acharati.
Mike.
Yad Yad Acharati Shreshtas Tattadev Tarojanaha Sayad Pramanam Kurute Lokas Tadanuvattate.
Which mentions that whatever great people do, common men follow. So if you want to save the world, you don't need to save 100% of the population. You only need to save 1% of the population, the leaders especially. So if people are not organized, I read the quote somewhere, people who are trying to make the world a more peaceful place to live should be more organized than those who are trying to create war in this world. If you notice, people who are trying to create havoc or war, separation, so many things, they are very well organized. You look at corporates, companies, they are not doing anything, any philanthropic activity. Volunteer organization should be more organized. And it begins with us. If we are more organized, we can help others become more organized. So be organized. Anything that gets measured gets improved. In your life, Vaishisha Prabhu does this. Anything that can be measured, please measure. Just by measuring, you will actually feel the inspiration to become better at it. So anything that gets measured gets improved. Have a calendar. Very helpful. You can very clearly see what your schedule is and you will be able to say no to others. If this app you don't have, I highly recommend. Microsoft is not paying me anything, but the Microsoft To Do app, very good. You can set up a recurring, most of the time, the habits that I want to build. I have a recurring, weekly recurring items, monthly recurring items, yearly recurring things. So you can set up in such a way that You don't have to remember. Let's use technology for good purpose. Something that helps us and pushes us towards good. Okay, Ani first had a comment and then Abhi.
There's a lot of other apps as well. I think Google is one of the most used ones because a lot of phones incorporate Google Calendar. So my Google To Do, it just links up with Google Calendar, which is like...
Yes, Google To Do is also good. Google Tasks is also good. Google.
That's the one.
I use Google Tasks also, but Microsoft To Do is better.
Yeah, it is. Microsoft is a lot more fun.
We are ready to sponsor.
We can add it as a widget also, that does help.
Mm. Please do whatever is needed. The idea is use technology to help you. See, of course, we are using technology usually to be distracted and for other negative purposes. Here is another app that I use. It's called Rescue Time. You can install it on your laptop, on your phone. It will tell you how much time you spent on YouTube, Facebook, office work related items. You spend some time to categorize them. You can clearly see what is your productivity level in the entire week. At the end of the week, it sends you a summary, how much time you spent on each of these categories. Because just by measuring, these don't take much time actually. Installing this probably 5 minutes. Just by measuring, you will notice you will become very productive. Very productive, I guarantee you. Some of you can try and give me some feedback later. I mentioned about the 7-minute exercise app. These are some of the things we can do. And here is a joke. One girl rabbit was telling boy rabbit, or the other way also. I can't see the gender from here. I want to wake up with you the rest of my life. I get up at 5 a.m. Never mind. Oh yeah, I have the BA Sage page by page. So if you read, these are all different Krishna conscious books. Sri Ishopanishad. We cannot read all Upanishads, but Sri Ishopanishad is one of the nice books we can read. Krishna book is also the summary of the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Nectar of Devotion is science of devotional service. If you want to understand devotion as a science, they have various breakage, 9 steps to attain perfection in devotion, so many things like that. Bhagavad Gita as it is, Srimad Bhagavatam and Chaitanya Charitamrita. If you read, for example, Bhagavatam 8 pages a day, you will be able to finish it in 5 years. Bhagavad Gita, you read 2.5 pages in a day, you will finish it in 1 year. Chaitanya Charitamrita. So we can plan, meditate, desire at least. One day I want to have this schedule in my day. You do trial run, for example, if you were to read 1 quarter of a page of Bhagavad Gita, how much time does it take? Maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes maybe. So then you can see, okay, how can I find 10 minutes of my time so I can read every day? Little progress. Okay, we will have Nainika, can you please read this?
What?
Switch it on and then you can read.
Watch your thoughts, for they become words. Watch your words, for they become actions. Watch your actions, for they become habits. Watch your habits, for they become character. And watch your character, for they become your destiny.
So watch your thoughts, for they eventually become your destiny. So here is another one on Venuji's request. Success is the product of daily habits, not once in a lifetime transformation. We are looking for this. If I hit, I should hit big only. We think like this. No, it doesn't happen like that. Always just focus on small incremental changes in your own daily life. And you'll notice over a period of time, maybe over a year, 2, 5 years, you have guaranteed made a big progress than what you originally thought was possible. Here is another. What you do every day matters more than what you do every once in a while. So what do we want to do as part of 2026? A better 2026 is don't think that I'm going to do some miracles beginning of January, beginning of February. No, nothing like that works. You think very small. Break it down to the smallest possible. Say, I'm going to do crunches for 2 minutes. Nothing big. Doesn't have to be big. In fact, it is better not to be big. Take very small. Whatever you want to do, break it down to the smallest possible. In fact, Atomic Habits, James Clear, he mentions, any new habit you want to build, let it not be more than 2 minutes. If it's 2 minutes, you're like, I have many 2 minutes. So there is something called habit stacking. So you brush every day. After you brush, you just come and do crunches. 2-minute crunches. Whatever you want to do like that. So it is a short video and we'll take few reflections after this. Alright, any reflections on that video? Okay, we'll be very quick. We'll take one. Any other reflection? Please raise your hand. We're going to take maybe 5. 1, 2, anybody else? Anyone else? Any other reflections from the video? Okay, 2 reflections and we'll move on.
So both the people are,
You can leave the mic on.
so both of them are doing the things they like. So the other person is choosing what he likes. This the other person is also choosing what he likes. But the way of choices they make, it makes a lot of difference. So even though the other person who is doing the things he likes, but over the period of time, he's seeing so much of frustration, even though he is doing what he wants, but he has a lot of frustration, or like he's not happy with what he's doing. At the end, the person who has made healthy choices is always happy, even like every day when he wakes up, he's waking up happy, and then he's doing things, and then he's able to complete all his chores, everything. But even though the other person who chose, like he doesn't want to go to gym and he wants to eat what he wants, he's making his own choices, but the amount of the options what they are taking is making a lot of difference between these two people.
Very nice. Thank you. Haribo. Okay, Ani has one comment and then we'll go on. And Shriyan and Prashant. One final spot remaining.
So basically in the beginning, they both had a choice of the junk food or the healthy food. And even though it seems harmless at first, it keeps on adding up, and you can see the differences in their personalities at the end. Like at the end, it showed small choices make habits, and habits make lifestyle. That summed up the whole video, because the person on the right built up good habits, and the person on the left built up bad habits. And at the end, the person on the right, their awards kept on stacking up, and they got better and they improved. But the person on the left, they're just degrading at the point. And yeah.
Very nice. Thank you. Christian.
What was he doing when he was drinking? Both of them were drinking alcohol in the middle.
Oh, is there a question? You can ignore that part. You can think that he is drinking milk or some juice.
No, on the right, he was like...
That's not the main essence of the video, though. The point that they were trying to show is he's not cutting down on socialization also. He is meeting, but he's not overdoing something while ignoring some other important pieces. I think that's Prashant.
Yeah, so in the beginning they both look similar in terms of physique, everything. But just by sticking on to the good habits and good diet, the results will come automatically. Even in the last frame they showed the person having good habits, 6-pack, the other one family pack. So the results will come automatically. Just to stick on to identify the good habits and good practices, just stick on to that. The things will happen automatically.
Beautiful. Thank you. Haribo. All right. So what we are trying to do is identify very small habits that we can all cultivate and build it. So this is one way to do it. You can have some habit tracker. Every day you have some colorful ways to color them, and then it will look very nice, and you can say, wow, this is good. I'm making progress. This is gamifying habit tracking. Something about bad habits. How many of you are not very proud of some of the bad habits you have? This is anonymous. I am happy to be in the good company, because to recognize, actually it's a very elevated position to say I have bad habits and to work on them. Oh, this is the stuff of brave souls. Really, it takes a lot of bravery to accept that I have something to work on, and oh God, that's a lifetime worth of work. So think of taking small steps. There are many things that can be said. Once I remember Gaur Gopal Prabhu, he gave a lecture, something similar possibly, and then one person, he came to him after the class. He said, Prabhuji, I smoke 36 cigarettes every day. Have you heard about chain smoking? So what they do is, they smoke one cigarette, and as it's about to finish, they put one more cigarette and light it up and throw this and put this in the mouth. That's what chain smoking means. So there is no gap also. So he would smoke 36 cigarettes in a day. He said, but from tomorrow onwards, I am planning to give up this smoking after hearing your class. It inspired me so much. And what Gaur Gopal Prabhu said shocked this person. Gaur Gopal Prabhu said, no, you are not. I was like, what? Did I say something wrong? Gaur Gopal Prabhu later on explained that currently he is habituated to smoking 36 cigarettes. From tomorrow, there is no way he is going to be successful by giving up altogether. So he said, from tomorrow you will smoke 34 cigarettes. And every week you will reduce one, whatever. And then after 2-3 years, I think he came down to small number and then eventually gave up. The point of this story is think small. Because we don't want to be superheroes. I am great, I can do this. Maybe yes, with Krishna's mercy it's possible. We will always do better than what the small tiny planning we can do. We say, alright, I am not able to wake up or do exercise, do this, spend time, quality time. Think of one small thing. You say, alright, over the next 1 year, I am planning to increase 2 minutes to 4 minutes. In February, 4-minute exercise. March, 6 minutes exercise, like that. You plan like this, by March or April, you will see that you have actually built enough momentum that now you are able to actually jump from maybe 6 minutes to 15 minutes, 15 minutes to 1 hour also. But in the beginning only you say, January I'm going to go to gym 1 hour every day. Come February, you will go 0 hours. So start small, tiny steps, and be compassionate to yourself. We're going to speak few things where you can be realistic with respect to yourself. And this is very interesting. Many times we want very perfect plan to start executing. Please don't wait for a perfect plan. Wherever you are, start acting. Progress almost always trumps perfection. Little progress is always better than a very wonderful plan. And what is the easy way to become pure? Very simple. Be connected to the supremely pure. Because whether one is impure or pure, in any condition, when one remembers the Supreme Personality of Godhead, automatically purity will come. So while we try these external things, it's very important also to remember this. There's another verse from Srimad Bhagavatam, very beautiful verse that mentions about Yashyasti bhaktir bhagavatya kinchana sarvair gunaistatra samasati sura. Sura means demigods. Those who are devotees of God, they naturally develop all the good qualities of demigods, it seems. No extra endeavor is needed. So just by becoming spiritual and connected to the Supreme, all the good qualities will automatically come. Compassion, patience, loving, tolerance, all of this will automatically be bestowed upon you. It's very famous. ChatGPT 2 years ago generated this. I'm sure it will do a better job now. Family that prays together, stays together. Family that dances, advances. And family that sings together, clings together. This is true actually. Those who sing verses together also. And the family that dines together, shines together. So please do have some spiritual practice together at home. An easy way to succeed in anything. At the end of Bhagavad Gita, Sanjaya declares this. After Krishna, Arjuna spoke, this is what he says. Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna, Yatra Pardho Dhanurdaraha, Tatra Shrir Vijayo Bhutir, Dhruva Nitir Matir Mama. 4 things are guaranteed when there is Supreme Personality like Krishna and when there is a capable personality like Arjuna. And in this particular case, in our lives, us, someone who is willing to follow the instructions of Krishna. So as long as these 2 are there, then 4 things are guaranteed. What are the 4 things? Shri, opulence is guaranteed. Vijaya, victory is guaranteed. Success is guaranteed. Bhutir, extraordinary power and niti, morality. These are all side effects. So we're all going to do a small activity now. Please stand up. I thought we'll mix Gaurang and Nityananda with this activity. It's a very simple exercise. They're all stand up and we're going to stand up on one leg. Whichever is your dominant leg, please leave some space next to your neighbor. So we're going to do. So please use all this space in the front. So please come forward, everyone. Please fill up the spaces. Okay. Open your eyes and raise your leg in the front or back, whatever is possible. How do you feel? I see most of you are very stable. Okay, now bring down your foot. Now this time we're going to close our eyes and then do the same activity. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Close your eyes. I'm going to keep open just to see how everyone is doing. And stand on one leg. Close your eyes and stand on one leg. Okay, many of you have already given up. I can see Sandhya Mataji saying, it's not working, bro. Okay, alright, please take a seat.
All you gotta do is, it's like, I don't know.
This is replacement. What do you think? Was it easier, more difficult?
While you're opening your eyes, you feel confident that you won't fall because you know your eyes are seeing things around you that'll make sure that you're staying stable. But when you close your eyes, you suddenly feel insecure. You don't know anything that's going on around you. Something could come hit you, or something could fall on you. You don't know what's gonna happen. So you immediately start to lose balance because you want to be able to move away from anything, or it's just something. It's like protective. It's instincts. But then
very nice.
What I tried to do was after I just closed my eyes. I fell already, and then I tried doing it again, but this time taking a deep breath, knowing that I'm in a safe place and nothing will happen to me, and then I was actually able to stay up for quite a bit more longer.
Thank you for sharing. The point is, without vision in life, the moral that I take away is without vision in life, not physical vision, but vision of where we want to progress. Without vision in life, it's difficult to have stability. That's one takeaway. Any other reflections from this activity connected to our discussion?
You need to have some focus.
Manju Mataji also last time shared this emphatic point. Yes, please go ahead.
So you need to have some focus when you do, otherwise you'll not be able to be stable. So.
That is true. I don't know, any of you had an experience of some rotating, we go to Disneyland, some places like this. You cannot, even with your eyes open, when the surrounding is moving, even then also you don't know which is the stable platform. So you need to have a very stable thing that you're focusing on to be able to remain stable. It's a quite interesting phenomenon. Similarly, if your aim and vision is fixed on an eternal goal, an unchanging goal, then it's easier for you to remain stable in life. That's the takeaway point from this exercise. Lack of goals, mind becomes disturbed very easily. Those who have goals, they are usually not pushed around by other things in life because they're too busy pursuing their goals. But those who lack goals, they are pushed around by every small thing. And this is also very popular. If you don't know where you're going, any road will take you there. So please plan deliberately where you want to go. Otherwise, you will end up in a place that you may not be very proud of. Because, as I think one of the reflection was, in the beginning it didn't seem like much diversion, But in the end, after many, many years of these cultivated habits, the difference between that six-pack guy and the family pack guy was huge. The satisfaction both of them felt was huge. So if you fail to plan, you're planning to fail. What is your plan? I'm planning to fail. And it's not that spiritualists don't plan, don't organize, don't have goals, don't have vision, clarity. They do. In fact, we need to, as I was mentioning, people trying to divide the world with wars, if they are well organized, how much should we be trying to bring unity within family, within the society, within the countries? How much more organized should we be? And the 6 Goswamis, you will find our Guru Parampara, 6 Goswamis are the direct disciples of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So they are the ones who read all the Shastras and took the essence of all Shastras and gave us the glimpse, conclusive discussions on bhakti related topics. They would chant fixed number of rounds, they would read fixed number of shlokas every day. They would offer, Raghunath Das Goswami, it is mentioned, would offer 3,000 obeisances every day. Dandavat pranams. So, very fixed. Because what gets measured gets improved. So how many rounds we do, how many shlokas we do, all of this, if we keep it count, it's helpful. I brought this up, I think most of you probably heard about this. Comfort zone and panic zone. Comfort zone is we feel very comfortable, don't want to change anything. But this place, people who live in this, life is very easy for them, but little boring, very static, very fixed. The other hand, panic zone is overwhelmed, stretched to the thin, stressful. But between them lies a stretch zone, where we are not too comfortable, nor are we too stressed, but we are stretched enough that we feel alive. So I welcome you to live. In some aspects of our life, we may be in comfort zone. In some aspect, especially work, we may be in panic zone or stress zone, otherwise called. I welcome all of you to live a life of stretched zone. For spirituality, many people are very comfortable. Once a week, once a month, very satisfied. But it is no thrill, no exciting, no adventure. Take up more responsibility, more services. To the extent where you at least feel the stretch. Oh, I got to do this. Then you will feel some thrill in your life. Nobody is going to... Please think about it and plan. Here is a question. I want the exact number. What percentage of people stick with New Year resolution for the entire year? Shout out some numbers.
1%.
1%, 2%, 10%, 5%, 9%. Very pessimistic answers. But okay, realistic.
100%.
100%. Unrealistic answer.
But it's very optimistic.
Do you know what is the percentage?
1. It's actually, I think
It's actually quite close. 8% of people stick with their New Year resolution.
7 and 9.
Here is another one. What percentage of people fail to keep their New Year resolutions by mid-February?
97.
47% fail
97.
to keep. Okay, 97%. 80%. 97. 47, Prabhu said. Alright. 47, 62, okay. By mid-February, most people give up.
80%.
How many people give up? Many of us are in that category. 80% of the people give up on their New Year resolutions by mid-February. Year hasn't even begun yet. We may still write 2025 when we are writing. But we all have already given up 2026 resolutions already.
Every time.
Okay, here is the one. This is very important and this is what we're going to do over the next 15-20 minutes. You want to be more successful? This is what you should do. Those who write their goals, just by writing down on a piece of paper, you are increasing your chances of success by 43%. How much percent?
40.
Almost 50%. Just by writing down. Nothing else. Isn't this amazing? Those who write down their goals, 43% more likely to get to their goals. So that's what we will do now. Here are some categories that you can think about. Spiritual, you can think of sadhana wise, what can you do? Service wise, what can you do? Reading Shastra wise, what can you do? Emotional wise, family, children, what can you do? IQ, of course, I didn't speak much about it, but professional self-development upgrade wise, what can you do? Becoming more productive. PQ, health wise, what can you do? Diet wise, what can you do? These are some categories of goals and habits that you can think about. What bad habits do we want to get rid of? What good habits do we want to cultivate in 2026? And think about that, maybe the top goal. We may not have the time to do everything, but I would recommend that you do it at home also. Maybe you can identify the top 3 goals in each category. What are the top 3 things that will have the greatest impact in your life? This is your opportunity. Just by writing down, you will have 43% more success. Okay, and here are, you don't have to do all of this now, but I'll just quickly read. Smarter, these are of course industry wide, and then we added some Krishna conscious element to it as Sattvic. Smarter Sattvic goals. What does the smarter goal stand for? Specific. You have to be very specific. It has to be measurable. Instead of saying I will lose weight, say something that you can measure. I will lose 5 pounds, 10 pounds, whatever it is. Achievable. Relevant also. How does it relate to your purpose? How does becoming healthy, how does reading Bhagavad Gita help you with your purpose? Many a times, because we don't have this connection, eventually we give up the goals. We think, not so important. I mean, I thought it was important, but now it no longer seems important. So, really understand your why. Why am I doing what am I doing? Make it time bound. This is another important thing. This is where Microsoft To Do comes very handy. Evaluate. Make it remind you every week, month. Hey, where are you? Remember, you had this goal. How are you doing? So if you want to lose weight, for example, on a weekly basis, on a specific day, you can measure your weight. And then you can just make a note. Okay, on December 15th, my weight is this much. December 20, this many pounds. And you just measure like this on a weekly basis. Then you will know very clearly, I'm making progress or not making progress, or it is becoming worse. And as I said, just by measuring, you actually become conscious. And you're thinking, wow, I want to do this. And it's beneficial for me. I better do it. Just by thinking like this. Evaluate and reward. This is also a very important thing. Decide now. On a monthly basis, if you are meeting your goal, how will you reward yourself? Okay, maybe I will have a cheat day. I will eat chocolates on that day. Maybe I'll go for window shopping that day. Otherwise, you make yourself accountable to somebody who will tell, hey, you did not meet this month's goal, so you cannot go. So this is the second part of the Sattvic goals. This I only came up with, so it's not industry standard. So please take it with a pinch of salt or back. So S stands for setbacks. Many a times we don't expect setbacks only. We think, once I start, no, it is a flower bed for me. I am going to just progress like a rocket only. We think like this. It's far from reality. Expect setbacks and plan for them. Okay, what if I fail to meet my January goal? What will I do? What if I fail to reach my August goal? What will I do? Just have some thoughts, write it down. Very helpful actually. You will notice this. Once, inevitably we will fail. And when you read, you will read, yeah, actually I can do this. It's all is not lost. Because usually why people give up by mid-February? Think anyway, Jan is gone. I don't think I can achieve this. Useless. New resolution for new year, no more resolutions like that. Make yourself accountable to someone. Find friends, mentors. Where in ISKCON usually, especially here, not so prevalent. But in India, when I was in engineering, we used to have something called sadhana cards, where people would fill up what time they wake up, what time, how many rounds they did in each day, how much hearing, reading they did, and they would submit this to their mentors. Because when I am submitting to somebody else, I'm actually being conscious. I'm thinking, oh God, let me be at least a little, I promised I'll become a better devotee. So let me at least be a little more attentive to what I am doing. So make yourself accountable. It's difficult to find mentors who can monitor your progress. They may not have time. But please find maybe some accountable partner for all your goals. Association. This is very important. I was mentioning earlier. If you want to exercise, doing alone is a lost cause. Very few are able to do it. If you want to read Shastra, doing alone is also a lost cause. Find association where everybody in that group is striving to get that goal. Tiny tasks. Here is a picture. There is one person thinking, I am so great, I can jump 2, 3, 4, 5 steps, done. He is stuck there only. In the video we watched also, that guy had a big pile and every day he's thinking, I cannot do this much. But whereas the good habits guy, he took a small chunk and he finished. Next day he would take another small chunk and finish. So tiny tasks, tiny habits, break it down. Visible, very helpful. Because of Gita class, I am no longer allowed to do this, but I used to earlier have all my goals on my wall only. And my father, he wanted to buy a car many years ago. He had, I want to buy a car. I thought, wow, very nice. So whatever is visible, because where attention goes, energy flows. You may not be able to do it today. Don't feel, I'm not doing exercise anyway. It makes me feel bad. Let me take it off, put it in the trash. No, don't have to do that. Feel that little pinch, no problem. But just by looking at your goals on a regular basis, you're guaranteed the success will come eventually. Inspiration, this is very important. I noticed Shamakumari, when she was doing very strict diet, every day she would watch almost 20-30 minutes about that diet only. No new information, old information. I used to wonder, why? But then I realized, actually, the mind is like a nail. If you want to hit a nail in the wall, you take a hammer and do like this and it goes away, goes inside all the way. You have to hit it multiple times. Similarly, we have to hear, why do I want to do this multiple times? You have to hear again and again and again. So the inspiration needs to come many times. So keep regularly think about why you want to do what you want to do. And finally, K for Krishna. Get Krishna on your goal planning team. We are a team together. And you say, Krishna, please, I want to do this. Please help me. Okay. So, over the next 15 minutes or 10 minutes, if I am allowed, we will use the same papers, same pens. I'm going to go back to this slide. I would like you to think of one goal or habit that you can cultivate that will help you in each of these categories. Just write it down, and I don't know if there is a good way to put it. I'll see if I can. I'll try to project multiple slides together. So you can think of goals in the category of spiritual. So it's a writing exercise. I want you to be 43% more successful. this is better. I hope. Click this. Right. And go automatically. Tap. Double click. Right click. Collapse this ribbon. Okay. Please take a moment. Think about different categories. In 2026, what goals? Spiritual, emotional, physical, and intellectual. No need to copy other schools. I noticed living in Bay Area, it's very difficult to get this time, undisturbed time where everybody else is also trying. So really think, at least 2-3 goals in one each in each of these categories. That will make your 2026 a productive, satisfying, fulfilling 2026. You're done? You don't have to do it now, but maybe when you go home, you can try to refine your goal much more aligned with smarter sattvic goals. So you can actually take each goal and then make it a smarter sattvic goal and use technology to help you define it, automate whatever is possible, identify, for example, you need an accountable partner, then you identify and you can work on it. We'll have 2 more minutes, or at least you can finish 1 or 2 goals and we can share and All right. We'll take a few reflections on what you heard, what you wrote. How do you plan to make 2026 your best year yet? We'll take few reflections. Keep it short so we get more reflections. So, Majid, you can go ahead and then you can give it to us.
So I like the tiny tasks from, I just made sure, right, my goals are like achievable, so it's not too much of like exaggeration, right? So which I can do, and I'm confident that I can complete. So I made sure like I made those goals, so which are like tiny steps. So if I'm doing the chanting, right, I have like, okay, I need to do like proper chanting and just increase by 2 rounds as like I feel confident that I'm doing it in a proper way. So which is achievable for me, I feel. So, and as you said, like quantifiable, right? So I thought I should complete reading the Bhagavad Gita or listening the whole chapter in next year, beginning of start from beginning, and then by end of next year I should complete. So which is achievable. So quantifiable. And also limit the screen time, right? So that is something that I made sure, like I have certain hours that I thinking that not completely get it out, but maybe like limit to maybe 2 hours per week kind of. So which is, I feel like whatever that I can make sure like I can achieve. So I have made sure like I wrote those goals. And one other thing is like having like physical exercises, right? Go to gym and all those things, like have some certain hours dedicated for only for health and well-being, and also spend at least dedicated time for family. So I have categorized based on the questions.
I don't know what happened, why he suddenly came. But thank you for sharing, Madhusha. Haribo, more? We'll probably give others a chance, so thank you very much. Haribo! Okay, who is next? Who wants to share? Any takeaway points from the session, or you can reflect on your own resolutions as well?
I want to wake up at least 6 a.m. every day, because right now I'm trying to wake up at 6:30, but not every day is that possible. Some days I'm very sleepy and sleep till like 7:30, which I feel like that just makes us late to school every day, and I don't like being in that time crunch. Instead, I would rather wake up early and sleep early, wake up early, and do whatever I need to do in that extra time in the time that I have. And make sure I'm always ready before school and before anything that happens in the day. And also, like, being awake is also, I guess, like, sleeping early is also part of that. And also, I wanted to read 15 pages of any book per day, including spiritual books and educational books, as well as entertainment book as well.
Very nice. Haribo! Few more. Sharing is caring. Any other reflections? We'll hear from Matajis. We will divide it into sections and conquer.
Well, coming to physical health, I would like to do Surya Namaskar daily and try to increase the number of Namaskars I do, and Pranayam daily, and choose one activity to clean up mess at home, small steps in small way, and diet consciousness. So take healthy food. So that's a physical activity I want to do. And I want to learn something related to my profession and get certified on one thing. So I want to focus on that in small steps. And related to the emotional part, I would like to watch movie weekly once with my family, and what did I do? And listen attentively to what they say, and cook in the morning hours for the whole day, not like 3 times a day. I want to do only 1 time a day. That's it.
If we may suggest, we have very nice RG Media dramas, very meaningful movies that you can watch together as a family. We'll share that in the group, so if you like, you can watch them.
Related to the spirituality, I would like to read 2 pages of Gita every day and 2 rounds of chanting, and learn a song by any saints weekly once. Weekly one song.
Haribo! Okay, from our far center zone, anyone would like to share any reflections? Take away points? Okay, we're moving to this corner. We'll come to the end. Anyone wants to share any reflections, realizations, any takeaway points? Going once, twice, thrice. Alright, this corner. Okay, Sumitra.
I very much like this point, Prabhu, where you said that time management is a myth. You can only manage your priorities. And in that also you said last time also you were saying that there are blocks you can fit in first, so that those are taken care of. So yeah, I think that's where at least my goal will be to get to that, get things those established first. So yeah.
The story goes like the big rocks and then the small pebbles and then the sand and the water, not the other way around. How we narrate that story somewhere. But very nice, thank you for sharing. Haribo. Okay, alright. So my one of the resolutions for New Year should be, and I would like it, is to reduce our class duration. Alright, so we will conclude here for now. We will do Kirtan and then we'll go for Prashad.
He wants to share, Prabhu.
It's okay. I'll hear him for sure. In the interest of time, sir. My choice is, do I make Shriyan happy or Shamu Kumari happy? I can catch up and make him happy later. So.
Yeah.
Alright, okay.
Let's go, Shriyan.
Everybody wants to hear from you. I thought I was the only one.
Everyone wants to, especially Abhi.
So I think maybe dividing it up like spirit. So all the things in our life that, for example, for kids, we have study, then we have spiritual, there's like material goals, like, and then things that we want to do just in life like that, and then health, and then also emotional, like, and also like something emotional. So we should also try to be more, we should about our feelings. So we should think, okay, so this year maybe I'm going to be more grateful, say thank you more, and then make it smarter and sattvic.
Thank you. Haribo. Alright. So in the interest of time, we will do one Kirtan and maybe Namaste Narsimha, and then we'll conclude. Kids, if they are ready to join.
Should I stop it?
We will pray to Lord Sri Ram today.